Hi, I'm Ajay. I work with Unstructured, and I'm going to show you how we can ingest and transform our documents that are lying on an S3 bucket and store them in a Databricks Delta table, all through text, zero lines of code. So for this, I'm going to use a standard called Model Context Protocol and Cloud Desktop. With Model Context Protocol, you do not have to write integration code to make your LLM like call your favorite services. Instead, all you have to do is go to your favorite service, check if they have a model context protocol available. If yes, clone their MCP, and then show Claude where they lie, and you're all good to go. So here, for this demo, I ended up setting up the unstructured MCP server. So this gives me all document processing capabilities right to my desktop. And I like this because now I do not have to write any code. And MCP is also written in a way where the LLM has full context about all the functionalities that the Model Context Protocol server provides. So I kind of also like the fact that, I need not have to like go through documentations because like it's already done for me. So since we're using unstructured AWS S3 and Databricks for this demo, on our unstructured MCP code, we have to set up the unstructured API key, AWS key and secret, and then the Databricks client ID and client secret, all on an env file. So once all of that is done, we can get started. So I just opened up Claude, and yeah, I can tell that the MCP has been integrated because the hammer icon on Claude shows all the tools that are present. So each function, so it has each function, and it also has an explanation present for each function. This gives Claude the context on which function to use when, how to answer any of my questions, and everything. So yeah, I'll just, instead of me having to go through the unstructured documentation, I'll just ask Claude directly. And in an S3 bucket, transform them and store them in Databricks Delta table. So it told me exactly what is needed. So it told me first I got to create a source connector for S3, a destination connector for Databricks Delta table, and a workflow. A workflow is essentially the steps that are followed in order to transform the documents and store them in the destination. So for this, let's first provide provide everything that's needed. I'm going to create the destination connector first, give it the credentials, and then it's going to create the destination connector for me. Next, I'm just going to go take one of these folders, copy the URI, which is needed for my source connector. Source connector, three, source one. And the cool parts I really liked was also that, it Claude automatically knew this was supposed to be the name, gave it as the name, and this as the URI. It just it had enough context to assume and go ahead with the tool calls. And now it also automatically asked me if it should create a workflow next. So our source connector is all done. And our destination connector is done. So next, let's just create the workflow. You can do it you can either ask Claude about like different workflow elements that we provide at Unstructured and then add in your elements. But to just save time right now, I'm just gonna go ahead, create one with what I know right now. So yeah, create a workflow for me, use the partitioner, and the chunker. Chunker pretty much splits the files into these sizes, these pieces of text called chunks. And a partitioner does the core of the document extraction itself. Like if you give it a PDF or if you give it any file type, it handles extracting the text, extracting like good metadata out of images or tables and so on. So I'm just going to ask Claude to create the workflow. Claude will create the workflow for me. It's just by default just writing up the entire workflow dictionary, all from how much it knows the documentation provided. So it created the workflow. I'm just going to ask it to run. The workflow has been initiated. Uh, yeah, we can also just check its progress. I'm checking the job status again. Looks like the job has been done. Let's just go straight the into like Databricks itself. Read up sample data, and we're good to go. So we just did a whole document processing workflow all through text, 0 lines of code.